Portia. World Cup game in Northland. You get into play it. You must be stoked.
Oh, I'm absolutely excited to watch the girls play last weekend against Scotland in that sold-out crowd. You know, Dad's talked about that stadium as Auckland Park for years, and to know that that was full for our team is pretty cool, and hopefully we can get that same sort of effect this weekend.
All of Kaikoui coming down for it?
Oh, definitely. All of Ngāpuhi are coming down. They tried to come down last weekend, but I wasn't playing, so...
Stacey, what about for you coming back into this team and home quarterfinal up here? Just talk about your emotions and how you're feeling a couple of days out from kick-off.
Yeah, I feel like the feeling never gets old, whether you're named, whether you're not named, but to be back in the jersey is quite cool. It's such an unreal atmosphere playing against Aussie at Eden Park, but we're here now, quarterfinal, against Wales again. We know what they can do, we know what we want to do, so we've just got to take each, I suppose, moment as it comes on the field.
You've played on a lot of big stages, you know, Olympics, Com Games, all that sort of thing, but a home World Cup quarterfinal, where does that sort of sit for you?
Oh, everything special, Portia. You can't really put one higher than the other. It's always just a gratitude moment. Family's going to be there witnessing it, and that's probably the most special thing about it. Like P said, we're whānau coming. I've got some coming up from Ruatoki. So yeah, hopefully they can get out there and cheer the loudest in the crowd.
And I was just going to say, Kennedy back in, obviously a long layoff. Yeah, for either of you, how exciting to see her back in a black jersey.
You know, being our co-captain, she holds so much mana, and whenever she says something, all the girls tune in. She wrapped us up today, which was just trying to get us...
Quietly though, eh?
Yeah, quietly,
quiet,
in a nice Kennedy
voice.
way. And so to have her voice back in and amongst the trainings, it's been really awesome. So look out on the weekend, it's going to be great.
I'm here with me this week, and you know, I've learned a few things, so she might be quiet, but watch those shoulders, eh?
Yeah.
Has she been able to sleep okay, or has she been too excited?
Oh, you know, emotions up and down. Nah, she's been all good. She's definitely nervous, but I know once we get out on the field, she's going to smash it. So I feel sorry for those girls. Yeah. Chat Wales.
From up here, what sort of pressure are you under, like, performing? This is the knockout stage, you know, your local girl. How much of a pressure there is, you know, on you personally to do well in front of your family and friends?
I feel like that pressure's there no matter what. For me, whether we're playing at Com Games over in Birmingham, World Cup in South Africa, World Cup here in New Zealand, that pressure's always there. And I think just being here in Whangarei, playing in front of Ngāpuhi, it's like a privileged pressure. You know, not many people get to play in front of their home crowd in their hometown. At a World Cup, let alone a quarterfinal. So for me, I just take it as an absolute pleasure, and it's a proud moment of mine. And my whānau, they're in my box, they're in my corner no matter what. So I absolutely love them for it.
Do you think these games coming to Whangarei is going to excite a lot of youngsters to take up rugby?
Oh, absolutely. All I can think about is like my nieces and nephews. They may not actually like rugby, but I think for them to see women pursuing their dreams, chasing amazing outlets, chasing their dream on home turf. It's a really awesome moment. You know, we looked up to the male boys. You know, I looked up to Joe Nwamu, and I looked up to my dad. But to know that young girls have us to look up to, it's really, really cool. And I'm just so proud to know that we can do that for them.
Guys, what's this? You've played lots of pinnacle events. What's this one been like in comparison?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's any different, to be honest. You know, we talk about controlling the controllables. That's definitely one of my favourite quotes. Remember that one? And you know, every pinnacle event you go to, you have to just focus in and zone in on what you can do. We can't control the crowd, with the people, what they're saying outside of our environment, as long as we know what we need to do, get the job done. We're having so much fun within camp, and it's cool. I think me and P, we love the transition between 7s and 15s. They bring so much differences but similarities, and you know, it's kind of fresh and energising for us to change between the two. So yeah, I don't think it's any different.
What's this Northland getaway been like, particularly this week over here in
Oh, it's always beautiful up north, right? We call it the winterless north for a reason. Look at it.
Sometimes.
When we first got here, it was a little bit cloudy in Portia Island, but I think just being here, you don't feel like you're in a World Cup. You don't feel like you're here to kind of train and win the world over or anything like that. So you're kind of a little bit on a holiday, but we seem to be able to switch on when it gets to the field, and it's really, really cool.
Somebody said in terms of like making sure that attitude was in check, it meant, you know, some pretty stern words and things from him. What's he been like this week?
He's been good.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely given us a rack up in the most Smithy way possible, which is pretty calm compared to what I've had in the past. He tells you straight, and that's really awesome because that's what you want as a professional athlete. But at the end of the day, he just wants us to kind of switch on. Once we cross that line, it's work time.
Yeah.
Who should people watch on Saturday night? The All Blacks or the Black Ferns?
Don't worry about Portia. Nah, just joking. Definitely, obviously, Kennedy getting back into the team, she's one to watch. I think Aisha's still got some in the tank. You know, last weekend she didn't get many opportunities. So watch out for Aish. She's going to be getting that ball in the back three. Watch her power and her explosiveness on the field. And also, just our front row, I know they've got a point to prove. Wales definitely beat us in our set piece a couple of weeks ago, and they were very disappointed with that. So if they can strike hard up front, give us a good platform, then we'll be happy in the backs. Try and score some tries.
Yeah. Do you guys feel a little bit let down by the schedule clash that could have been avoided?
I think we look at the whole situation. We're playing a World Cup quarterfinal here in Whangarei, and I know for the community here in Whangarei, it's done wonders for it. So to know that we're playing quarterfinal here, it kind of doesn't play on our mind any of that kind of scheduling stuff. So we're really, really excited to just kind of get out there. Hopefully bring a full crowd again this weekend. So we'll see how we go.
You've obviously played Wales, obviously already in Paul place. Smithy was in here before telling us about 07 and where they pumped France and lost them in that quarterfinal. Obviously, is that just quite a nice reminder that anything can happen in knockout rugby, even though you did win comfortably in Paul play?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we've kind of been through that a few times with Sevens environment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've kind of done really well against the USA and then meet them in quarterfinal and get pushed out to play fifth. So we've been in that situation, and I think you can never kind of rate your game on what you've played in the past. It's just as you are right here, right now. And like Stacey said, our full pack have done some amazing work. I feel sorry for all the time that they've spent on their scrum boots, because that is not fun. But I really have the absolute belief in our full pack that they've done their mahi so that when we get out on the field, it's a new team for Wales and a new team for us as well.
Well, the first time as well, I guess we've seen that outside back combo, you, Rugby, Aisha. How much does it excite you to be part of that?
Oh, I'm stoked. You know, hopefully I can create some really awesome moves with Ruby, play alongside her, and knowing that Aisha's there. She's just like this little rocket that just goes down, goes and goes and goes, whether there's someone in front of her or not. So I'm excited to be a part of that, but to also play along Stacey and Teresa from the Seven side is pretty cool.
Stacey, what's been the highlight of this tournament so far? You know, we've spoken a lot about the crowds and the support. I mean, what have you enjoyed the most about this?
Probably just everyone jumping on board and backing us. You know, we're getting a lot more attention. Like Portia said earlier, inspiring the next generation, but young boys, young girls, older guys, older girls, you know, it's not just about the younger ones. It's about everyone in New Zealand backing us. And that's probably one thing, I suppose, outside of our environment, but one thing inside. We've had some pretty cool club nights, challenges. We've got these mini teams, and I'm top at the moment, my mini team, so a lot of competitiveness in this team. Portia's last, it's all good. So it's been a lot of fun, having our club nights, playing lots of games with one another, and that's what makes this team, you know, can do the damage off the field and can do it on.
Ted cook a pretty mean barbecue.
He did, actually.
Oh no, there were a few lamb chops a little bit overcooked. He was
Hey,
great.
the crayfish,
Really cool.
crayfish was pretty on. Yeah,
Crayfish was on.
Yes.
Those 2-4 games that you had, chocolate big scores, you know. Is this, do you think, your prep for the quarterfinals? Because you haven't had a close win or something like that, you know? So how much of that sort of gets into the quarterfinal, just in terms of prep?
Like you say, the scores don't really reflect the challenge that we've had over the pool games. But I think if you really dive deep into each game, there's been areas like the drop balls, like the scrum. There's those areas that we know we can fix. Well, those are the areas that we can control. If we control the scrum, control the handling, and control the rucks, those are the things that we can do. So whenever we come up inside, like maybe potentially a France or an England, we have those things that we can feel confident that we know we can do it.
Yep.
Where do you think Wales is going to put pressure on you guys? The set piece?
Yeah, most likely. It worked well last time. Why would you change it?
Yeah.
Stacey, I was just going to ask, like, when you, I don't know if you realise this, but when you came off at Eden Park, you were walking towards the most full stand, and you got a pretty decent reception, I think. I don't know, you probably didn't notice, but you looked up and you were just like, what was that like? that moment?
Oh, it's just surreal, special. First of all, grateful that I was able to play. And no one likes to come off the field early. That sucks, but it unfortunately happened. And yeah, looking up, I knew my whānau in there, but just a proud moment to be Kiwi, to be a New Zealander, for everyone supporting us. There's been such a big hype around it, and yeah, I don't know, I love, I'm the smiling assassin for a reason, because I actually enjoy what I do. So, giving that big smile to the crowd. Why are you laughing at me?
Because you really do.
It's just special, and I like walking out in that game, man, I just looked around the whole crowd. I remember a person came in, a guest speaker we had, and they said, always embrace the moment in the crowd when you're walking out to do the national anthem. So every time I'm singing, or every time, you get that opportunity to glance and have a look at everyone, it's like, everyone's here for us. And, that's kind of cool, because not everyone gets that opportunity. But we do, so we made the most of it, and yeah, we thought it was pretty special.
Is that about us?
Thanks,
Amazing.
guys.